The new Cholla Desalting plant, located in northeast Arizona, will supply 82,000 acre-feet per year of purified water capacity to cities and towns from Holbrook to Flagstaff, through Sedona and Prescott, down to Phoenix. Plus, on the way to between Flagstaff and Phoenix, the pipeline is going to go downhill and will be able to supply 1.2 gigawatts of hydroelectric pipeline generators. This is a water and electric power infrastructure project for Arizona developed by Deluge Technologies, Inc. Hoover Dam at Lake Mead and the Central Arizona Project were legacy projects of past generations, and new legacy projects need to be built by our generation. I'm Brian Hageman, CEO of Deluge Technologies. Thank you for your time. In northeast Arizona, the Four Corners Underground Lake is an untapped resource. It's estimated that there's over 250 million acre-feet of brackish water just in the Arizona portion of this underground lake. The Cholla Desalting plant that we propose will desalinate and purify 82,000 acre-feet of water per year. That's about 1/3,000th of the full portion in Arizona in this underground lake. The Hoover Dam, by comparison, holds about 30 million acre-feet in Lake Mead. That's about 1/8 of the water in the Arizona portion of this underground lake. And the lake is replenished. The underground lake is replenished by the Rocky Mountains every year. The Four Corners Underground Lake is a sandstone aquifer, an underground lake in sandstone. This type of sandstone aquifer is preferred by hydrologists, and there's sandstone aquifers all over the United States, but is preferred as compared to other aquifers that are sand, gravel, and dirt rather than sandstone. Also in this area of Four Corners is a lot of coal. There's a lot of coal underground. We've been mining it for the coal-fired power plants in that area. And that coal has contaminated the water and needs to be purified. We propose to repurpose the Cholla Lake after 2025, when the Cholla power plant is going to be closed. The Cholla coal-fired power plant is scheduled to be closed in 2025, leaving that lake idle, and it could be repurposed for desalination use. The new Cholla desalting plant capacity will be equivalent to the Yuma desalting plant. The Yuma desalting plant is shown here in a yellow square, and about the same scale as the power plant at Cholla Lake now. And so that'll fit somewhere around Cholla Lake when we repurpose the lake for the new Cholla desalting plant. This will involve new employment for Joseph City and Holbrook, and after 2025, when the power plant shuts down, it's going to affect Joseph City and Holbrook a bunch of lost employment. Also shown in the green square is plenty of open land for solar thermal collection and thermal storage. We'll be pumping the water from the new Cholla desalting plant from Cholla Lake through Joseph City up to Flagstaff. That goes uphill, and we'll be using our solar thermal hydraulic engines to pump the water up the hill. But then from Flagstaff down to Phoenix, it's all downhill. And with every 500-foot drop in elevation, we could put in a hydroelectric generator in that pipeline. So the steepest area between Flagstaff and Arcosante, we'll be able to put in 6 of the 100 megawatt electric generators, and then another 6 past there all the way down to Phoenix. But that makes about 1.2 gigawatts of new electricity through hydroelectric power, which is a little bit more than the original Cholla coal plant, which was 1.1 gigawatts. So we'll be able to provide all plus a little bit extra electricity that we'll be losing from that coal-fired power plant. And while we're doing the zoning and approval permitting on this pipeline, all the way from Joseph City through Flagstaff down to Phoenix, all that permitting work, we're going to reserve 2 more spaces for future pipelines. So this could be eventually 3 pipelines instead of the 1 that we're showing here, which would triple the amount of water that we're flowing down to Phoenix, and also triple the amount of electricity, which would provide another amount of electricity that could replace the electricity at Four Corners coal-fired power plants that are being shut down in the near future here too. Those coal-fired power plants are about 1.5 gigawatts of power, and with 2 more pipelines, we'll be able to surplus that and have plenty of extra power. The pipeline generator's hydroelectric power is the same engineering as Hoover Dam generators. The picture just above me is the Hoover Dam generators inside Hoover Dam. And these can be identical to the pipeline generators that we can build. In the blue box, top left, you see at the top of the higher reservoir is 0 psi. The water at the top of the lake is basically 0 pounds per square inch. But as it passes through piping down to the turbines, through the walls of the dam, at the water turbine, there's 220 psi of head pressure built because of that difference in elevation through that 500-foot elevation change. That 220 psi will turn that water turbine and turn the electric generator, and when it comes out, it goes back to 0 psi. The picture with the 4 pipeline generator example shows that in every 2,000 feet of elevation change, we can install another pipeline generator and continually having more pipeline generators down the pipeline every 500-foot drop, producing reliable and affordable renewable electricity. In summary, the Cholla desalting plant and pipeline generators will produce 82,000 acre-feet of brackish water desalination per year. The pipelines will follow Route 40 and I-17 in Arizona, and it will install the 1,200 megawatt hydroelectric generator facilities along that route, total of 1.2 gigawatts. This will be 100% clean, renewable energy powered desalting, and the conveyance and electricity generation, no fuel costs and no emissions. The 3 to 5 year planning process, again for this pipeline, will create one of our new legacy projects for future generations. The picture here is of a water pipeline. Arizona is going to get used to water pipelines in Arizona. These Arizona Water Augmentation Project solutions are brought to you by Deluge Technologies, Inc., where we build the thermal hydraulic engine technology that's renewable. Solar thermal collection with thermal storage provides 24/7 reliability for baseload water and electric power projects. Go to our website at delugeinc.com. Thank you very much for your time today.